Do you know the difference between shiny and prismatic Evomon in Evomon? Well, in this video, I'll be breaking down everything you need to know about shinies and prismatics inside of Evomon, regarding how to best grind for them, what the best versions are, what kind is most valuable, and even the difference between them, because a lot of people don't actually know that one is cosmetic and one actually helps you out a lot. So let's just get straight into it, looking at my Evomon right now. Inside of my inventory, I have one. Okay, Evomon is just out of here. But inside of here, I have a couple of prismatics, and prismatics are the more common one of the two rarities. Prismatics have the icon at the bottom left of each Evomon, while the shinies have an icon at the bottom left, but that icon is it's like a 4-pointed star, while the normal one, the prismatic, is a 5-pointed star. And the prismatics they do not give any kind of buff increase. They only give a cosmetic increase. And we can take a look. Every single prismatic has different colors and different patterns. For example, my Mudbud has a triangle shape with a teal pattern, compared to maybe my Lavites will have twice got a star pattern with a green color. And every single one has different patterns and different colors. Compared to shinies, every single shiny, there's no variations on each shiny. So basically, if you have two shiny Astronites, they are going to look the exact same unless you have prismatic on them as well. But if you have two different Lavites, if their color and pattern are not the exact same, they will be different. Like this guy's got hearts and a teal color as well. And two different Evomon could have the same color and the same pattern, and if they also are the same Evomon, then that is the only case where two prismatics can look the same. But again, prismatics do not provide any kind of buff. They only provide a visual buff. So you don't actually want to use prismatics in battle. They have the most trading value though. Well, not the most trading value, but they have good enough trading value, as when trading does inevitably get unlocked, you will need a lot of prismatics that you can use to trade, especially mounts. Because let me just tell you, mounts are, I suggest, they're going to be the most valuable types of Evomon in the trading world, especially ones that are shiny and have a cool prismatic on them. Those are definitely going to be the highest priority. And certain mounts are rideable. For example, let me go down. Yes, Thunder Crane is a rideable mount. This is also known as the King of Flying, and the King of Flying can be found in Flying Territory, a level 75 area. This guy, I suspect, will be a very, very high valuable mount, because this is one of the only mountable birds in the entire game, which means that you can mount this guy and actually fly in the game, as most other mounts you cannot fly with. For example, the starters you cannot fly with, Tarragon you can't fly with. I'm trying to fly. This guy, the Volcrest or Bluebird, you actually cannot mount it, and like Archapex, you can only ride on the ground, you can't fly with it. So there's very limited flying mounts in the game. That is why flying mounts, especially ones that have a prismatic on them, will have an insane value. And talk about prismatics, you can actually guarantee a prismatic using specific items. For example, using the prismatic ball can guarantee it says sparkle appearance, but that actually means it's a prismatic appearance. And aside from that, when you do defeat any kind of Evomon, there will be a pity counter at the bottom left. I'm just going to quickly defeat this guy real quick. Oh my goodness, I do no damage. Hold up. One more lightning blitz should do it. And let me just look at the bottom left here, right? So this means that I've gotten I need 30. Well, no, I'm 30 out of 150 bluebirds away from getting a prismatic, which means that I need approximately 120 more bluebirds in a row that are not prismatic for the next one to be a guaranteed prismatic. And when that happens, well, it's just prismatic, but again, it depends on what kind of color you get. And by the way, the most rare colors, the rarest colors, are going to be pure white and pure black. Those will have the highest trading value when trading comes out. So do try to get yourself a pure white, pure black, and shiny, and a prismatic, and SSS tier mount, such as not Bluebird, but like Thunder Crane, and that will have an insane value. Aside from that, as you can see, there's also shiny. It's going to be out of 600. Shinies are 4 times as rare. Well, not literally 4 times as rare, because if you take a look at the percentage here, prismatic is 0.45, while shiny is 0.2. If it's 4 times as rare, then shiny would be around 0.11. But 0.2. Therefore, shinies are definitely more rare than prismatics, and you can still get them without pity, as long as you hit the percentage here, which is insanely low and will take a long time, but you should be able to hit the percentages before the pity unless you are just super unlucky. Now let me just catch this guy like normal, and let me explain the shinies as well, because I haven't really touched on that one. So shinies actually provide a stat boost. Yes, it actually increases your stats in game, and you can see exactly what kind of stat boost it gives, depending on if you have the normal version or if you have the shiny version. So let's take a look at Lavite as example, because I do have the shiny version of Lavite. Lavite, take a look at the total stats, 365. We can see how its stats are distributed. And let's go to the shiny version. Shiny version has 374 compared to 365, which is definitely more, not by a lot, but it still is an increase. And you might be thinking, this increase is so minuscule, is it even worth hunting for? Well, it depends. It really depends. Because on someone like Lavite, maybe not so much, because take a look at, but the main thing is the speed. Like I was about to say, take a look at the speed. Let's look at Spark It, which actually might matter. Spark It, normal stats 257, the evolved version 265. But as we go up, the speed could increase. The speed can increase if it's a shiny version. Right now for Spark It doesn't increase, but I know a lot of them do increase. Like Lavite goes from 44 base speed, you can see down there, to 48. And by outspeeding by 4 speed, it might not seem significant, but if you have ever played any Pokemon game before, you know that even by outspeeding by a single stat point will make it so that you can just go faster than them. And by going faster than them, you strike first, which means that you can do more damage faster. Like you hit them, they hit you, and then you hit them, and if you kill them that way, then they said another Evomon, it can just hit them again, right? So that's why speed is so important. Even if you are outspeeding by just a minuscule amount, it is going to be very impactful. So I would say, is shiny worth it on what kind of Evomons are shiny worth it on? On Lavite, I typically wouldn't say it's worth it, but the only thing is that Lavite is so easy to grind for, because Lavite can be found at Lava Crag, and Lavite is also 4 times weak to water, and typically is one-shottable after you get to like Autumn Hill or like Amber Acres. You're gonna have a level 55, 60-ish Evomon or higher, which should be more than enough to one-shot Lavite. Even though Lavite's defensive stats are really high, it is still able to defeat them by. Now aside from that, some Evomons will be a lot harder to grind for the shiny versions, such as Shiny Archapex and Shiny Tarragon. In that case, it's not always necessary for you to get the shiny version for the stat increase, but a couple others are relatively simple to get the shiny and you should get them. For example, Shiny Bluebird, because Bluebird spawns up here, which a lot of people do not know. If you guys only thought that you could get Volcrest or Bluebird from down there from that boss, you are mistaken. You can actually climb this little tree trunk up here and walk all the way this way to find the Bluebirds. Bluebirds, they can be one-shot relatively simply, even if you are in mid-game, like I am right now. I'm in like mid-late-ish game. I mean, I don't have the highest level Evomons, but I am trading level 42. I am getting there, so it is pretty good. I can basically 2-tap these guys, and it is relatively simple. But if you want to grind up someone like Shiny Tara or Shiny Tarragon, right? This is going to be much harder, because wild Taros, they do have Seed Bomb and Leech Seed, which makes it so difficult to kill them, because Seed Bomb, it makes it so that they can heal. Take a look, it says restores 8% max HP at the end of turn, and they can stack it up to 10 times. Leech Seed drains 10% and of the target's max HP, and also heals them for the 10% that they've drained. So it is going to be very difficult to defeat Wild Taro, and unless you guys are in a party of 4, or you guys do have like some guy with a level 150 Frostier, which I don't even know why you would do that, but I guess if you guys do have someone that's crazy as that, then you could go for Shiny Taro. And this thing also applies to Archapex as well. While there has been clears, I did see someone that has cleared Archapex in a minute using the evolution of Mudbud, and I'm pretty sure the person's name is let me just type it out, Lavincia. I don't even know how to pronounce it. But anyhow, this person has been able to clear Archapex, the boss, in a minute using the evolved version of Mudbud. So if you guys can do that, or if you guys have a full party that can clear it relatively fast, then I'd say yes, it would be worth it to grind up the boss of Archapex to get the shiny. But for me right now, I'm not too interested in all of that. It is still fine to just go and rock with the triple S tier version. You don't necessarily need the shiny, and again, it is much better to have like plus 20 levels on an Evomon and be ahead in levels than to have the shiny version of it. But having the shiny does give it a higher potential. And also, it is much better to have like a better trait on it. For example, like my Tarragon has the best trait in the entire game, Prime Form. Take a look at the stat distribution. I mean, it's got triple defensive stats, which is also really hard to get. Like, this is just the perfect Tarragon, except for the fact that it's not shiny. And even though it's not shiny, it still is top of the top, and I am going to keep it. So shiny, I'd say it only is worth it because of stat boost. It only is worth it on someone such as Lava Rock, which is really easy to farm for, or potentially Bluebird slash I forgot what that little bird's name is, but yeah, it is worth it on those people. And also, there is one last method that I didn't tell you guys, and this is the method to reliably get yourself some shiny and prismatic and SSS tiers all in one. Because you guys have probably seen it in chat where it says, oh, blah 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 has gotten shiny, prismatic, SSS tier, and you're like, how do you even do that? Well, here's how. Typically, you just grind up until you find a shiny, and then you use your prismatic ball on it, because your prismatic ball guarantees triple S tier and prismatic. But you can actually get yourself a specific kind of egg, and I have been able to get it. You can get it by just defeating regular Evomon, or you can get it by defeating bosses as well. And this kind of egg you can hatch as well. You can just press the hatching button, and let me show you what egg it is. It is going to be the shiny egg of any form. Now, typically your Evomon will drop you regular eggs, like the mud bugs egg, just a regular egg with a guaranteed S tier talent. But if you have the shiny egg, and if you hatch that, then once you do actually have the option to hatch it, you can say, I want to hatch my shiny egg using a prismatic ball, and that is going to guarantee it is triple S tier, prismatic, and shiny all at once. So definitely go to some kind of boss, for example, the Volcrest King, grind him up, or you could go to the Thunder Cliffs, grind up Archepex. Actually, don't grind Volcrest King, grind the Bluebird up there. But yeah, grind up Archepex until you get the shiny egg, and then once you do, use a prismatic ball on it, and you basically have one of the best Evomon in the entire game.